Juwan, I guess defensively in the first half, you guys give up 46, second most you've given up all year. What did you feel the issues were there?
I think it was a matter of running shooters off the line. Iowa's a great team. They have a lot of shooters and two physical post presence on the court almost at all times, and they find their shooters. And I think we really led, I think it was Wieskamp. I think he got hot, hit 4 threes, yeah, and we just weren't running them off the line. And I think once you get that comfortable, making threes is contagious.
For either of y'all, Duran had 7 assists tonight, found both of y'all a couple times. What was he doing, specifically from the high post against their zone? What allowed him to kind of unlock some things for you guys?
He's just another big body. He's a physical post presence for us, and also he just has a great feel for the game. He knows where guys are, and he doesn't really force anything. Guys can get into that high post and not really know what to do and try to force something, but he just takes his time in there. He finds open guys, and he makes the right pass.
And Juwan, you've known Tyler Cook since back in Missouri. They're two juniors who've been starters since their freshman year, Cook and Bohannon. Coach Miller's talked about getting older as a program. Those were two veterans out there tonight. Talk about what they bring.
What, Bohannon and Cook bring?
Yeah, two veterans. Two veterans in a tight game.
Two veterans in a tight game can bring, just that stability, I guess, will be the word I would use. Just being able the coach to have that confidence in older groups that have just been there, especially having two guys. Like, one guy's a lot, but two guys is something that's rare to come by nowadays. And I think just having those two presences out there is just, it's a security blanket.
Romeo, what do you think allowed Iowa to get 19 points off turnovers tonight?
Just us not taking care of the ball. They weren't really pressuring us as much as it seemed like we were just being a little lackadaisical in the first half with the ball, with the turnovers, and turnovers lead to points, and that's how they got a majority of the points, and that's how we got in the little hole that we did in the first half.
I guess for you specifically, 15 in the second half. Just maybe what changed for you in terms of the way you were attacking them and the way maybe your teammates were setting you up?
I just kind of saw a little bit more opening for me to attack and get more open shots, and also I started moving without the ball, and guys like D-Row and Rob and Juwan saw me cutting, and that's what got me easy baskets in the second half.
Juwan, outside of Duran, you guys had 10, I think it was 10 assists and 12 turnovers. It looked like it was a great passing game for you guys overall. How would you grade your passing, and kind of what were the issues that Iowa created?
I really don't think any turnovers, maybe a few, but I don't think a majority of them came off the wrong pass. I think the play, like the mindset was there. I can remember one, Devontae drove in lane, tried to make a great kick to Romeo, but the ball just wasn't on target. And so the mindset was there. I think just really the execution wasn't. And you have to credit Iowa for capitalizing off of those things.
So third straight home loss for you guys. Is there anything that you feel you need to do better to kind of maybe harness the crowd energy that seems to be in the building at times when you're able to maybe build a run to get within 4 to 6 points, but then kind of dissipates when whatever opposition is able to kind of stretch the lead back out?
I think it's just, I think you answered your own question in there, just harnessing the crowd energy, really getting over that hump where we get the lead from 10 to 6 to 4 to 3. I think that's when we really need to use the crowd behind us and really get that one stop that they have been looking for the whole game, and then just going to capitalize on offense.
Juwan, there's been a few instances this year where you found yourself in foul trouble. I mean, is it just a product of your position, or is there anything that maybe you can do or keep in mind moving forward that can maybe avoid some of these situations?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think I have to be more mindful of where I'm at and the time to score. Just some of those where a layup where we're down 2, a layup won't really hurt us, so I can just kind of not really just let it go, but not foul him in that situation. And then a couple other times I thought I was just in the right place at the right time, and they told me I wasn't. So if the ref calls it a foul, it's a foul. So you can't really argue it.
I guess for either of you guys, Iowa had a lot of late clock buckets. Is that, how much of it do you feel like maybe was your defense just not closing out a possession, and how much of it was maybe Iowa just hitting tough shots?
I think it was just a little bit of both. We had good defense for a majority of the game, and then majority of the shot clock, and sometimes we kind of loosened up and let them get a late shot clock point, or maybe just fouling them. And also down the stretch, number 3 hit like 3-4 big time shots down late in a shot clock. So we give credit to them for hitting clutch shots.
Wieskamp and Bohannon, hit 9 of their 10 threes tonight, but they have so many other guys on the team that are able to make shots. How tough is it just to account for that many threats on the floor at one time? For y'all?
That's a tough situation to deal with, but at the same time, you just have to be locked in. You have to know who you're guarding. You have to always have a hand in the face. Some, guys, the D1 players, they're going to hit shots, but at the same time, you have to make them as uncomfortable as you can and make them earn every single shot. I think he was really getting lost in the defense, getting himself lost, and then his teammates were finding him. So we have to give credit for their offense on that.
It seemed like it took you guys a while to figure out their zone, basically. What did you guys kind of struggle with early, and what did you manage to sort of figure out as the game went on?
We were just kind of playing hot potato along the perimeter for a little bit, but I think as the game went on, like Duran in the middle, myself in the middle, Ev in the middle, I think we just really started getting the ball into the paint and then passing out to perimeter to shooters. And I think even when they had open shots, they were still making the defense have to work by driving baseline or driving middle and finding the other shooters and making them have to guard 3, 4, 5 extra passes.
All right, guys, thank you.